Hi, I'm Heather Dawson, and it's a pleasure bringing you the best of California every week on our show. And tonight we have our special Memorial Day episode. So let's start off with Memorial Day. It offers an opportunity to honor the country's veterans. It seems fitting to share the story of Marine Sergeant Joshua Ashley, who paid the ultimate price for our country. David Wiley has his story.
For military families, there's nothing more devastating than losing a loved one in battle overseas. For a local family, they have taken an extra step, a special adoption, to honor their son and ease the pain of his loss.
U.S. Marine Sergeant Joshua Ashley is an American hero who lost his life in 2012 while fighting for our country in Afghanistan. Joshua was a local boy who grew up in Rancho Cucamonga. He had a towering presence and a magnetic personality that left an indelible mark on those who knew him.
He was very athletic, very competitive, but he was big in stature. He's like 6'3", but he was the biggest teddy bear.
A popular student at Etiwanda High School, Joshua was moved by the events of 9/11 and felt a calling to join the military.
He didn't want to go to college, he wanted to go in the Marine Corps. So I made him give me 1 year in college, and he did, and after that first year, he went right into the Marine Corps.
And Joshua took to the Marines right away, becoming a military policeman and eventually entering the K-9 Handler program. That's where he first met Sirius. After training at Camp Lejeune in North Carolina, Joshua and Sirius were deployed to the front lines in Afghanistan.
He was always excited about the missions over there. That's what he was trained for.
And despite their perilous assignment, Josh managed to talk with his mother often via Skype. In fact, they spoke the night before he was killed and talked about Sirius.
When we Skyped, he said, Mom, I re-enlisted. I know you're not going to like it. He goes, and where I'm going, I'm not going to be able to take Sirius with me. And he said, I'm going to adopt him, but you're going to have to take him for me. And then when I get to wherever I'm going, I'll take him.
24 hours after that phone call, Tammy and her family were notified that Josh had been killed by a landmine. Remarkably, Sirius survived, and as devastating as it was to deal with the death of her son, Tammy almost immediately began pursuing the adoption of Sirius.
I started the process of the adoption, which it's rare. Parents don't usually get their children's dogs that they are assigned. However, they had just recently started allowing parents of the fallen to adopt their child's dog.
Sirius continued to serve with the Marines during the adoption process, and during that time, Sirius had a non-combat related accident that left him near death. Despite injuries that left Sirius unable to open his mouth, Tammy went through with the adoption.
He's special needs in a way because he can't open his mouth normal. He has to lap everything up, but he's healthy and seems very much loving retirement.
And while caring for Sirius has been a challenge, he's been a constant reminder for Tammy and her family of the son that they lost.
Josh never had kids, and he wasn't married, and to me, this is his son. So that's the only part I have of him.
And Tammy and Sirius continue to keep Josh's memory alive. Josh and Sirius were memorialized on the Lucy Pet Foundation float at the 2018 Rose Parade.
For me, this is all about having my son never be forgotten.
And with the help of Tammy and Sirius, the ultimate sacrifice that Sergeant Joshua Ashley made for our freedom will never be forgotten.
With Memorial Day just around the corner, the Veterans History Project at the Library of Congress is urging the family members of veterans to record their loved ones' experience.
With Memorial Day just around the corner, the Veterans History Project at the Library of Congress is urging family members of veterans to record their loved ones' experience. We've seen scenes like this on the news, but what's it like if you're on the front lines? The Library of Congress wants to know. They've collected the stories of 113 veterans and their families so far in their Veterans History Project, and they're looking for more.
The Veterans History Project is your opportunity, your community's opportunity, your loved one's opportunity to reach out to the veterans in your life.
While the Veterans History Project is interested in all stories from veterans and their families, they especially are looking for stories from military medical personnel, including public health workers.
Together, these individual voices take us back and help us as a nation understand how we got where we are today and where we are going.
To find out more, visit loc.gov/vets.
The Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year competition was held last week in Arlington, Virginia. The winner? The spouse of a member of America's newest military branch, the Space Force. Cynthia Scott has more.
Arlington, Virginia was the setting for the competition that really isn't as much of a competition as a collaboration. The Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year program. Winners from each of the military branches were selected to represent their individual service. And when the dust settled, the overall winner was Sarah Strader, representing America's newest branch, the Space Force. Besides being a spouse of a Space Force member and an expectant mom, Sarah also heads up an organization called Secure Families Initiative, which advocates for military families.
I founded a nonpartisan nonprofit in the hopes of helping educate my community about better ways to show up in civic ways. We also train military family members to be their own advocates, to tell their lived experiences directly to decision makers so that our families can be heard in new ways.
And coming up next, right here on California Life, Chris Stapleton said she's made of music. We talked to Grammy award-winning singer Sheryl Crow about her new documentary and her passion for helping to fight breast cancer. Plus, the La Jolla Bread show Come From Away returns a Tony winner. With Small Business Week in the month of May, what better time to talk about actionable steps community leaders can take to support entrepreneurship in your neighborhood? Stacy Klein, GoDaddy's Senior Director of Corporate Sustainability, joins us now with some ideas and insight for us. Welcome, Stacy.
Thanks for having me. At GoDaddy, we are relentless advocates for inclusive entrepreneurship, which means that we believe that anyone, no matter their age, race, gender, or socioeconomic background, should have the opportunity to pursue their independent venture. And that's why we created the Empower by GoDaddy initiative, with the goal of making inclusive entrepreneurship possible. Through this program, we partner with local nonprofits all over the world to reach those who otherwise wouldn't have access to resources or technical assistance. We use our knowledge base of website building and years of supporting small business owners to support all entrepreneurs, no matter their circumstances. When it comes to what community leaders and policymakers can do to support local small businesses, it comes down to allocating funds for entrepreneurs and creating programs and services to support them. According to GoDaddy's research arm, Venture Forward, policy areas that might support more local small businesses include access to capital, skills training, broadband adoption, and flexible employee benefits. And although local policymakers can't solve every challenge for small business owners, they can be a powerful voice in advocating for their needs. This year marks 5 years since the launch of Empower, which has served over 5,000 entrepreneurs. We currently have 19 partners running programming across the US, Europe, and Canada, and our goal is to serve 10,000 entrepreneurs in 2022. So in closing, as we approach our 5-year, we want community leaders to recognize the direct impact that small businesses make, from creating more economic opportunities for themselves to enabling more job growth locally. These businesses are crucial to community resilience. For more information and to learn more, you can visit godaddyforgood.com.
Walmart is now featuring the unbeatable partnership between your favorite sci-fi drama, Stranger Things, and Skinny Butcher's Crazy Crispy Chicken Nuggets. They've teamed up to give you plant-based nuggets that are made with pea protein, so you can contribute to a better planet while maintaining that crispy chicken texture you've always loved. Find at skinnybutcher.com. And Delicious Mary's Gone Crackers has grown to be the largest organic gluten-free cracker company in the U.S., crafting high-quality snacks that are organic, gluten-free, and non-GMO. Mary's uses only plant-based ingredients, catering to dietary needs of health-conscious consumers. Find at marysgonecrackers.com. Keep your family smiling with the Waterpik Fusion 2.0, clinically proven to be 2 times as effective as traditional brushing and flossing, improving gum health
and removing up to 99.9% of plaque from treated areas,
and helps protect your teeth and gums between dental visits. Waterpik is the only water flosser brand recommended by 9 in 10 dental professionals. Go to waterpik.com for info.
And coming up next here on California Life, Chris Stapleton said she's made of music. We talked to Grammy Award-winning singer Sheryl Crow about her new documentary and her passion to help fight breast cancer. Plus, do you feel the need for speed? Well, it's one of the most popular military movies of all time. And after an extended wait during the pandemic, fans will finally see Tom Cruise in Top Gun Maverick. We've got the details coming up next, right here on California Life. Don't go away. It's one of the most popular military movies of all time, and after an extended wait during the pandemic, fans will finally see Tom Cruise in Top Gun Maverick. Here's more from the global premiere in San Diego.
Everyone here is the best there is. Who the hell are they going to get to teach us?
Let me be perfectly
I think we know the answer
to that. You were not my
first
choice. You were here at the request of Admiral Kazansky, aka Iceman. He seems to think that you have something left to offer the Navy. What that is, I can't imagine.
With all due respect, sir, I'm not a teacher. Just want to manage expectations.
Pete Maverick Mitchell is back in the cockpit and ready to take the Navy's elite fighter pilots to the next level in Top Gun Maverick. The ace flyer is still an outlier, doing things his own way, which hasn't earned him any fans in the service, but he just might have the right stuff to make sure his students complete their mission safely.
Your instructor is one of the finest pilots this program has ever produced.
Tom Cruise returns to the role that helped make him an action star and one of the highest paid actors in the world. Joining him in this adrenaline-pumping adventure is a team of young actors eager to get their own taste of the high life, literally.
Good morning, aviators. This is your captain speaking. Today's exercise is dogfighting.
2 versus 1? He's got to be kidding.
Some ghosts of the past will be there to haunt Maverick, including Rooster, the son of his former partner Goose, played by Miles Teller.
My dad believed in you. I'm not going to make the same mistake.
Although it was decades in the making, Top Gun Maverick delivers the same need for speed as the original. Cruise put his team of recruits through their own training boot camp, and he worked with the director to install IMAX quality cameras into the cockpits of the jets to make the in-air scenes as realistic as possible. This is a feel-good movie that relies on patriotism, romance, and camaraderie to engage its audience. The film will certainly be a big winner at the box office, especially with a Memorial Day weekend boost.
The La Jolla Bread show Come From Away returns a Tony winner. Will Armstrong takes us there.
Sharon Sag, thank you so much for joining us today. I am so excited to be speaking to you. Over the past couple years, when most of us were working on our sourdough recipes and building our TikTok followers, you did something really special. You became a mom. What's it like being a mom and a working actress on tour?
Well, it's a lot. It's very fulfilling, but I would be lying if I said it wasn't hard. Yeah, we had a baby during the pandemic and we decided to go back out on the tour on the road when he was about like 3.5 months. So it's been challenging, but it's also been really cool. You know, he did a lot of his firsts all over the country. Like he rolled over for the first time in Memphis, Tennessee, you know, and he crawled for the first time in Chicago. And, you know, like things like that. He ate his first food in Fayetteville, Arkansas, I think. Our tour family, like the cast and the crew have been amazing and helping me. And I'm not the only new mom on the tour, actually, so it's been a really lovely community experience.
Come From Away is a story of 7,000 individuals being redirected to Newfoundland in Canada during one of the most terrifying times in recent history. And yet the story is uplifting and empowering and inspiring. What is it like to perform this show around the country?
It's really special, and I think also, especially after the pandemic, audiences are resonating with it even more. Because, it's a story about these people opening up their hearts and their homes literally to strangers for 5 days. Like, they literally invited people to stay in their home. This story about being connected and helping each other, I think is really resonating with people. Like, the audience reactions all over the country have been really, really moving. Like, sometimes I get a little bit moved from the audience reaction, because then I remember hearing this story for the first time and thinking like, wow, I can't believe this actually happened.
Speaking of those amazing people, did you have access to any of them to help get a first-hand account, since it's based on a true story?
Yeah, so I've met quite a few of the real people that the show is based on. I haven't met the woman that I play, Bonnie. I haven't met her yet, but hopefully I'll meet her. It's really cool because you're also like, ooh, am I doing your accent correctly? You like want to hear them speak. And it's just such a wild thing that they all experience, and it's cool to hear them tell stories about it.
And I know I speak for everyone watching, saying that we cannot wait to see you up there and shining. Thank you so much for your time.
Well, thanks for having me.
Bringing you the best of musical theater, I'm Will Armstrong for California Life.
I love the new Sheryl Crow documentary, and we got a chance to talk to the Grammy award-winning musician about her passion for breast cancer screenings.
Grammy award-winning artist Sheryl Crow has been making music for decades now and is the focus of a new Showtime documentary called Sheryl. And while music is a big part of her life, Sheryl is a breast cancer survivor and a staunch advocate of routine health screenings, including mammograms.
Well, in 2006, I had a routine mammogram set up, and it was 6 days after my birthday, and I was very busy, like every other woman that I know, and I really did not want to keep the appointment. But I wound up going ahead and having a mammogram. And I was a person with no family history, and I was super healthy, so I thought, well, this is just, I'm going to tick this off my list. And it turned out that I was diagnosed with invasive breast cancer. And so really from that moment forward, I have felt the need and the desire to speak to my female fan base and women all over the world, moms, sisters, wives, about the need to put yourself first and follow through with, from the age of 40, getting your mammogram, because we still don't have a cure for breast cancer. And until we do, early detection is really our best weapon.
And Sheryl is urging women to take the steps toward early detection of breast cancer.
Early detection is tantamount, and even in the years since I've been diagnosed, our technology has even made more advances with 3D mammograms. For women like me, and I think most women are like me in the fact that they have dense breast, the 3D mammogram is even more accurate and can detect breast cancer or even false positives earlier. So go to genius3dnearme.com to find that 3D screening near you.
And Dr. Arlene Richardson says it's important that women know that breast cancer is extremely common.
1 in 8 women will get breast cancer, and like Sheryl said, the best thing that you can do is catch it as early as possible, which is why it is very imperative that you get a screening mammogram every year. Even when you don't have any symptoms, no problems at all, that's when you can catch it the earliest. So I want to impress upon women the importance of putting your health first. At least once a year, get a checkup and get a mammogram.
As for the new documentary on Sheryl's life, well, she hopes it's something everyone will take time to see.
During the pandemic, I was approached by Showtime to do a documentary, and I was very nervous about doing it. I felt like, I've still got a lot of career in front of me. But after sitting with it for a little while and reflecting on the 30 or 40 years that I've had of being a musician, and even before that, a school teacher, I just felt like there was a lot of story there that was about the person as opposed to the public figure, and that those stories were worth telling. So it's out now. There's no turning back. Hopefully the people that see it will be very inspired, and we'll laugh some and we'll feel.
The documentary Sheryl can be seen on Showtime, and for more information on scheduling a 3D mammogram, go to genius3dnearme.com. bringing you the best of California. I'm David Wiley for California Life.
And that's it for us. If you missed any part of our show, please go to our website, californialifehd.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. I'm your host, Heather Dawson. We'll see you next time.
Watch us on our YouTube channel. Stay connected to our social media, like our blogs on Facebook. Follow our tweets on Twitter. And check out our posts on Instagram and Pinterest.